Welcome to Spring LIB.
We are told that it takes 15 kilowatt hours of electrical energy to produce 1.0 kilograms of aluminum. We want to compare this to the energy requirement to melt 1.0 kilograms of aluminum. We are given the value for the enthalpy of fusion for aluminum, which we use in order to determine the amount of energy required to melt 1.0 kilograms of aluminum in units of kilojoules. So in order to compare these two energy requirements, we should have them in the same units. And so we should begin by converting the 15 kilowatts of energy that is required to produce 1.0 kilograms of aluminum into kilojoules. Once we have consistent units, we can compare the two energy requirements to help us explain why it is more economically feasible to recycle aluminum than it is to produce aluminum. So we know that it takes 15 kilowatt hours of energy to produce 1.0 kilograms of aluminum, so we can convert this into kilojoules of energy. We know that 1 kilowatt is equal to 1,000 watts, and we know that 1 watt is equal to 1 joule per second. We have units of hours in the numerator from kilowatt hours, and we have seconds in the denominator from converting watts to joules per second. So we can cancel off those time units by saying that there are 3,600 seconds per hour. And now we can convert that final energy unit from joules to kilojoules by dividing by 1,000 joules. And so that comes out to about 5.4 times 10 to the fourth kilojoules of energy required to produce 1.0 kilograms of aluminum. And now we determine the amount of energy in kilojoules that is required to melt 1.0 kilograms of aluminum. So we have 1.0 kilograms of Al that we are melting. And we know that 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. We can convert this to moles through the molar mass of aluminum from the periodic table. We can see that there are 26.98 grams of aluminum per mole. And now from the enthalpy of fusion, we see that for every 1 mole of aluminum that we melt requires 10.7 kilojoules of energy. So that comes out to about 4.0 times 10 squared kilojoules. And so we can see that in order to melt the same amount, 1.0 kilograms of aluminum, we require far less energy than we do to produce the same amount of aluminum. And so that is why it is more economically efficient and feasible to recycle aluminum than it is to produce aluminum, because we require less energy.